Alright, y'all, she is here. I've briefly mentioned this figure that I pre-ordered last year every now and again in some of my past videos. She was highly anticipated for me because this is the first type of figure I've ever purchased. Obviously, you can tell the box is huge. I'm a little salty with FedEx because my mother received a package earlier today. It's raining outside and they wrapped her package in a plastic bag. They did not do that for mine, but I'm hoping, from what it sounds like, there's bubble wrap in here, so hopefully this figurine's box is fine and there is not any water damage. This came straight from Good Small Company. I've only purchased from them directly once before for an Alba figurine. That was years ago though, and they used EMS, so I was surprised by the FedEx. Oh, that's cute. They have branded inserts. Oh my gosh. Her box is huge. I impulse pre-ordered her, so it didn't click how big she was going to be until after when I was researching how big 1/4 scale figures would be. Yeah, I'll just take her out of the box. Alright, so if it wasn't obvious, I pre-ordered the Nazumi Yakuwa 1/4 scale bunny figure. This is a design created by an independent artist, and I want to say it's their first figure design that's been made. They have a very unique art style. So when the design was announced, a lot of people were very excited. This is my first time hearing of them, so I really don't have much to say outside of my reaction to the actual figure. But I will say this box looks incredible. I love the motifs, what looks like zippers or chain motifs on the sides, and then the fencing in the center. The font is really cool too. Very much has a punk style, which is definitely my thing. Here on the side of the box you can see what she looks like, or what she's supposed to look like from her stock photos. Y'all can probably tell why I was attracted to her design. I just found her to be very compelling compared to like standard anime bunny figures. I've noticed that sentiment in the anime community recently, where everyone's kind of getting tired of the same old bunny figures. There's never anything interesting with them. They're just kind of characters in a bunny suit with some tights. A lot of the time they're really mischaracterizing the character they portray as well, because there's definitely certain characters in anime that get sexualized a lot, but it's really out of character for them to be in a bunny suit. There's certain ways to go about it, I think, like making them look really shy in their sculpt and things like that, but a lot of the time they just don't bother. So it gets a little tiring to see over and over again, especially for these. Oh, that's so cool. So this is the original artwork that it's based on. I'm glad that's included. But yeah, it gets really tiring to see, and a lot of people find it pretty boring nowadays, especially with these big ones. She was not cheap. I'm going to say that now. I had to really think about it during her pre-order period before I eventually clicked pre-order. But I'm excited to finally have her in person. I also appreciate her box is thick. I was a little worried it was going to be kind of thin, but makes sense. She's big, so they went with a thick box for her. I told my friends I pre-ordered this, and we all kind of had a laugh at when I realized how big she was supposed to be, because I really don't have a lot of space in my room to display stuff. I'm running out, and I've tried to rearrange everything in preparation for her, so hopefully I can do her justice and display her appropriately. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. I'm terrified. Ooh, that new plastic smell. So here are her instructions that came in the box. This is almost 10 inches wide in diameter. So yeah, it is pretty basic. I kind of wish it wasn't. Again, this is a pricey figure. And to me, with expensive figures, everything counts. So here's her base. I do appreciate that it's a metal peg, but then it just has the plastic ones on the bottom. It's slightly clear, which I'm not too big of a fan of. I understand that probably makes it look a little more luxurious, but I don't know. I don't want to see my desk where she's going to be standing. Okay, I had to flip her over because I'm pretty sure I was opening her the wrong way. Normally I try to save the tape that they come with, but no way that's going to happen this time around. Oh God. Whew. Wow, her feet alone look so huge. There we go. Okay. I'm glad they have all this bubble wrap in the blister. Oh my gosh. I hope YouTube doesn't flag me for this, because to me this is not very sexual. She's just sexy, but not sexual. Oh my gosh, she's huge. She's a big, pretty lady. I don't know if this is how I'm supposed to be opening her. I've never bought a figure like this before. Oh my gosh. Okay, the camera is really washing her out, but in person she does have a creamy tone to her skin. She's not completely pale and white. It's kind of coming through the camera, but in person it's a lot more colorful. Not a lot more. She's still very pale, but you know what I mean. She's not completely white and barren of skin tone. Her face is really pretty. It does look a little crooked to me. Is that just me? It looks better on camera, but in person it does look like her eyes are a little lopsided. Maybe it's because I'm so used to seeing doll faces, and I can kind of tell when they're lopsided. It doesn't bother me too much though. Yeah, she looks way better on camera than in person with that. But the actual decal they used for it looks really good. I see some like excess clay. Her bust is very voluptuous. Oh, she has like some detail in her collar. That's cool. Her bodysuit is more of a glossy finish. It looks really good in person. I wish my camera was not doing the stupid automatic ISO, because this looks much better in good lighting. You see all of the shading that they did. And then her nails are painted too. That's super cool. See? Then moving down. The fact that I can grab her like this is really funny to me. She's huge. But she has some belt detailing, the spikes. This is painted in a metallic finish, which is really cool. I think this is supposed to be her refill for her gun. It's not connected to her leg, so I would be careful with that. She also has... Oh, I'll just keep going down her leg because I was scared about twisting her. Now, when I pulled her out of the box, I did notice some areas in her legs that felt a little unfinished. Or not unfinished, they're just noticeable. Like there were areas they're trying to hide with the fishnets. Like here you can kind of see there's some kind of blemish. So maybe they painted this area a little too dark, but you can kind of see on camera a lot better than you can in real life. There's like a darker spot over here. Maybe they overpainted or something. But then here is her leg. Her foot is huge. Sorry, y'all. I'm just going to measure all of this because I'm so fascinated by how big she is. I've never had a one-sport scale figure before. Her foot is a little over 2 inches in length, at least from this angle. But yeah, the fishnets are real, which makes me a little scared because if you nick them and they break, I don't think there's a really easy way to fix them. Her heels are in the same glossy finish as her bodysuit, and you can get fingerprints on these, so you may have to wipe this down every now and again. Oh snap, that hooked a little bit. A little scary. There we go. Oh wow. I was expecting this to be separate pieces you had to assemble, but it's all one piece. I kind of wish it was in the metallic finish like her bodysuit, because otherwise it just kind of looks a little dull. But it does matches her hair, and maybe that's why. But as y'all can see, I don't know what to call these. Tentacles, spikes, scorpion tail. To me it looks like a scorpion tail. But it's really cool. It has this gradient. You can see where they painted everything in purple and then went over it in black. Or maybe the opposite, because the inner part of this cone shape is black, but then as you get to the edges, it's purple. So that's really cool. And it kind of looks a little hollow, like the plastic is a little transparent or translucent. So if you put her in front of some good lighting, I think this part would be so cool. And then she has her little bunny tail in the back, which is quite sizable. And then the seams of the fishnets, like I said, they are real. It's real fishnet fabric. So that's pretty cool. I knew about that detail going into her, so it's not as exciting for me as I thought it would be. I love her single earring over here as well. So overall, I really like her. Let me pull out all of these separate pieces and put her on her base, and then maybe we can get a better look instead of just me holding her. Okay, so I'm not able to get one of her feet all the way down. It's the foot with the heel. As you can see, it's not flush with the floor or the base. And I'm a little scared to keep pushing down. I had the same issue with one of my Mikazuki Munechika figures. I could not get one of his feet to go all the way down. She's a slightly wobbly, but I think she's secure enough that I can leave her like that for now, so that I can move on to the other stuff. So here is her first gun. You can see the the magazine. I'm blanking on gun terms, but I think she's intended to be reloading this one. Love the little purple accents on it. And then she also comes with this one. Similar accents. Almost looks like snails. That one looks like a snail. This one also kind of looks like it's reloading. Sorry for the messy background. You can see her box and everything. But yeah, I just slid it in between her fingers. They're flexible enough to where they'll just, bend back a little bit as you put it in there. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of that because of paint transfer, but I'll live with it. I'm just now noticing... Oh, never mind. And then here we have... Wait, how does this go? The other way? Okay, according to the picture, this has to be... There we go. So this gun almost touches her face. It did bother me a little with the design that they're both facing the same way. I kind of wish one was facing the other way. But I'll live with it. But here she is with both of her guns. The next thing to do is remove these, which according to the instructions are inserts or placeholders for her bunny ears. Okay. So the first bunny ear, just solid, and it goes on her right, or left technically, but my right. Oh, this is terrifying. It's such a thin piece of plastic. What if you ever have to disassemble her? That's a little scary. Oh, this looks strange. This one has a little peg in there that... I think that's it. That's how it goes. Yes, I think I did put this one the wrong way, so I'm going to pull it out very carefully. Oh my god. Oh shoot. Okay, I was right. So the way this curves, the curve is to the back. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. I didn't notice this earlier, but there is a notch on the ear. I noticed the one for this one because it was thicker, but not this one. But this also has a notch that my camera will not focus on. Oh yeah, that ear went in way easier than the other way. So I was just not following directions. Alright, so like I said, I don't really have many complaints. This is my first 1/4 scale figure, and while the price did hurt, I do see where the cost may be. Overall, her sculpt is really well done. I love how they did the gloves and a lot of the other features. Overall, I'm just going to provide close-up shots at the end, but my overall thoughts are that she is really cool. I really wish my shelves were tall enough to be able to house her, because I would definitely love to put some LED lights behind her so that her features really are put on display. I think her sculpt is really well done. I saw all the little details with the guns, her fingernails, the edges of her gloves. Again, she's not wearing much clothing, so there's not much to talk about, but I do love how they did her hair and her face, which was one of the defining features of this artist's art style. Ooh, I think they did a really good job translating into a 3D figure. I really wish the art piece she's based on was included with the figure, because I would have loved to have that. I got her off of Good Smile Company primarily because I knew her box would be big. Not sure how big, but I did not want to have to pay like $50 in shipping, and Good Small Company has a flat rate of $20. To me, $20 is worth it. It came through FedEx, which, while I am not happy that it wasn't wrapped in plastic while it was raining outside, it did come very fast. As soon as she released, I received a tracking number. However, it wasn't really working with the tracker provided by Good Smile. I only learned after posting on my figure collection that it was actually a FedEx number that I could use to track it. Overall, her paint job is very simple. I like the gradients they did in her hair, but it's really not much to talk about. I kind of wish they were a little more bold here at the tops by her roots. A much darker purple, close to matching her bodysuit. But I do love all of the paint job for her skin tone and her bodysuit, and I can tell under the fishnets that she does have some mild shading under there. Again, there may have been some spots where they just kind of tried to hide a mistake, because I can see it through the fishnets, but I'm not too worried about it. If you're someone who buys 1/4 scale bunnies a lot, then you might have a lot more criticism, but for me, she looks great. I love her, and I showed her to my sister earlier, and she thought she was really cool looking. I've seen people redo their bases for these bunnies, and I might try that out because her base is so wide. It's kind of just a really big waste of space. And again, I was not able to squeeze her foot all the way in there, so that's still a problem. I might try again later, but for now, she's just gonna stand on her base like that. She's stable enough, I think. You'd have to knock into her pretty hard for her to go falling. Other than that, I think she was packaged well. Her box is really cool, if not really big. I'm definitely going to have to put that in storage outside instead of in my closet because it takes up way too much room. But she is a welcome addition to my anime figure collection. I also don't think I gushed enough about her face. It's just so unique. I love the small little fang they gave her and the inside of her mouth being completely purple. I love that. I'll link her in the description if you're interested. I think she's still available in Ami Ami and probably Good Smile as well. My initial plan, because I'm still not the biggest fan of the bunny suit thing. It's just not that appealing to me. I like maid outfits way more. But because everything from her waist and up is so cool, I was thinking about making her like a makeshift skirt, like a ragged makeshift skirt. I think she would look super cool with one, but we'll see. Thank you all so much for watching. I apologize this review is so haphazard. It's been a while since I've reviewed an anime figure, and to be quite honest, I don't have much to say anymore unless the figure has some very unique qualities. But I hope the footage is sufficient enough that if you wanted to get her, you have made your decision. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, please check the description for any links to her where you can purchase her. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.